George Osborne is due to attend this year's conference. Sean Gallup/Getty Images A collective elite will come together this week at the Bilderberg Conference, which this year takes in Turin, Italy. World leaders and masters of industry are due to gather from June 7 to 10, with geopolitics and technology dominating the agenda. This year the delegates are concerned with Russia, post-truth and the leadership in the US, with AI and quantum computing also on the schedule, with no votes or official minutes allowed. The candid conversations that take place behind closed doors have fascinated people around the world for decades. But how did the group begin, and who is part of this year's delegation? Here is everything we know. What is Bilderberg anyway? One of the more outlandish theories about the group is that it is run by a race of humanoid creatures descended from lizards. Others have claimed it controls the US Republican Party, the European Union, and wants to create a Fourth Reich. The group itself claims to have been grown out of high-minded concerns that Europe and the US were not working together on issues of common interest. The first conference took place in Oosterbeek, Netherlands, in May 1954. Rumor has it that Polish politician in exile Józef Rettinger was keen to reduce growing anti-Americanism in Europe. He approached Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, who put the wheels in motion for an informal meeting of international minds. He contacted Walter Bedell Smith, who at the time was head of the CIA, as well as the then head of Unilever Paul Rijkens and the former Belgian Prime Minister Paul van Zeeland. According to the authorized biography of Prince Bernhard, it was decided that 2 attendees would be invited from each nation. One attendee would represent a conservative point of view and one would represent a liberal one. 50 delegates from 11 European countries were part of the conference, as well as 11 people from the US. Lord Healy of Riddleton, who served as Chancellor to Harold Wilson and James Callaghan, also attended the first Bilderberg meeting and sat on the steering committee for 40 years. In 2013 he told The Telegraph, "Those who weren't invited were very jealous. Some people described it as a secret communist organization. Others said it was a secret American organization. But it was balls." Dennis Healy speaking at the Labour Party conference in 1986 Sergej Jukanovic. 2 illustrious individuals from each of the 18 countries are now on the steering committee that organizes the annual jamborees, serving 4-year renewable terms. The costs of a small secretariat are met wholly by private subscription, according to the group's official website, while the bill for the conference itself is taken care of by the committee members from the host country. Over the decades, there have been 7 chairmen of the steering committee, 3 of whom have been British. Former Prime Minister Alec Douglas Home was in charge from 1977 to 1980. Baron Roll of Ipston Eric Roll was chairman from 1986 to 1989 and former Secretary-General of NATO Peter Carrington led the committee from 1990 to 1998. The steering committee is responsible for choosing an invite list of between 120 and 150 senior figures from politics, industry, finance, academia and the media. 2/3 of the invitees are from Europe, with the rest from North America. 1/3 of the people on the guest list work in politics and government. This year, 131 participants from 23 countries have confirmed their attendance so far. Frenchman Henri de Castries, who is the president of the public policy think tank Institut Montaigne, will preside over the meeting. The president of the World Economic Forum Birger Brend will rub shoulders with NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg, while the King of the Netherlands will be able to talk with Henry Kissinger. 11 people from Great Britain have confirmed their attendance, including the former Chancellor George Osborne, who has attended in previous years, and the former Home Secretary Amber Rudd. Amber Rudd, a career unravels, also in attendance will be Bank of England Governor Mark Carney, co-founder and CEO of AI research company DeepMind Demis Hassabis, editor-in-chief of The Economist Zanny Minton Beddoes. Michael O'Leary, the Irish CEO of Ryanair, is also on the guest list, while the former Prime Minister David Cameron has attended a conference in the past. Theresa May is not due to appear. 4 current Prime Ministers will attend this year, including the Netherlands' Mark Rutte, Jüri Ratas of Estonia, Charles Michel of Belarus and Ana Brnabić of Serbia. View the full list of participants here. What's on this year's agenda? A wide range of weighty topics are on the agenda: AI, the rise of populism, the state of leadership in the US and the future of work. but do not expect to hear what their conclusions are. The events are held under Chatham House rules, meaning that while participants can use the information received, comments and views should not be publicly attributed to any individual. No minutes are taken of meetings, no votes taken, no policy statements issued, and no resolutions are proposed. The debates allegedly take place with the delegates seated together in one large room. Some prepare written papers. It is bad form not to join in the discussion. They are not there to listen, a source told The Telegraph in 2013. The key topics for discussion this year include populism in Europe, the inequality challenge, the future of work, artificial intelligence, the US before midterms, free trade, US world leadership, Russia, quantum computing, Saudi Arabia and Iran, the post-truth world, current